What do you make of this poll? It basically means that Biden, if we see Trump starting to fail, the Democrats may need to think about a number two that could maybe come in.
How would you the poll, based on what I saw today, it strikes me that the folks that were surveyed are looking for something new and fresh. They're looking for a new voice. And right now, that's represented by Governor DeSantis. Whether or not he is the candidate that we ultimately nominate for 24 is yet to be seen. I mean, I think there are a lot of questions about how battle-tested and ready he is for the ballot. So I think that there's a lot more to see here. But if you put Trump against Biden, I think the question still comes down to folks are looking for someone new. They're looking for something fresh and less exciting than maybe the former president.
Jim, this is a Quinnipiac poll. We've got Trump 47, DeSantis 33. That's exactly what the former president wants to see here. This is also exactly what President Biden wants to see because he beats Trump here by 2 points. He loses to Ron DeSantis by 2, though. Inside that campaign apparatus, assuming there's going to be one, we know he wants to run against Donald Trump. But how does he position himself to potentially run against Ron DeSantis?
Well, first of all, I just remember that Donald Trump won the Republican primary with 45% of the vote and got 62% of the delegates. I think Donald Trump is the presumptive nominee at this point. And I'm not very bullish on Ron DeSantis. He's got a real problem, which is Joe Biden's going to go after him, Donald Trump's going to go after him, and the 11 Republican candidates underneath Ron DeSantis are going to go after him. So I think there is a long time in this campaign for Ron DeSantis to be the heir apparent. I would not give him the nod just yet.
Yeah.
So we also should make the point that Ron DeSantis has yet to announce that he is going to be running for president. But with that put aside, when you look at the Democratic Party and how they are gearing up for this, if you do think it is going to be the former president, all of this talk of an indictment in New York, the 3 other investigations, that just helps Biden's case, doesn't it?
It helps Biden's case. I think it helps Trump's case in a Republican primary, too, because what we're seeing right now is potential Republican presidential candidates not handling that issue well. What they need to be saying is, look, maybe there's some overreach there, but let's face it, paying a porn star, hush money, laws were probably broken. He can't be our nominee. Like, you got to hit him hard. You got to hit Trump hard or lose.
You really haven't heard anyone say that.
No, that's correct. As we look further down in this poll, Pence, Nikki Haley, Mike Pompeo, Glenn Youngkin, Chris Sununu, Chris Christie, most of them haven't announced yet, with the exception of Nikki Haley. They're all in single digits. So when you step back and kind of squint your eyes and imagine that debate stage, you're obviously expecting some we haven't named yet.
Well, I hope so, but I'm not sure that there will be. And to your point earlier,
debates in a few months, though.
No question about it. I also think, though, we are applying an old model to a new set of rules. So what ordinarily would have been a disqualifier for a presidential candidate is no longer one. It's still part of the conversation. We've been talking about these allegations against the former president for months, years. There was a resurrection, or an insurrection against the Capitol. There's so much on the side of Donald Trump. But his supporters are so loyal to him that regardless of what he has done, he continues to be their candidate of choice. And all of this other investigation is working in his favor because he's speaking to it and he's calling himself out as someone that is being targeted and attacked. And his supporters are supporting him in spite of all of that.
What do you make of Chris Christie saying, I will never support the former president?
Well, it's a little too late, he is my former governor. But Chris Christie, to your point earlier, he is the one and only candidate in that candidate pool of less than 1% that actually spoke up to say that. But who really believes that? None of the commentary I saw today was complimenting him for what he had said. In fact, if anything, their comments were, this is just too little, and nobody believes it because he was with him first.